When it comes to working with sanitization tags, there are a couple common ones that are good to know about. Sanitize text field, title, email, HTML class, escape URL raw, sanitize user option, and meta are all fairly common depending on what type of data you have to get in. Now, some of these deal with certain types of WordPress data like a title, some deal with generic types of information like an email or an HTML class. Some of them, like escape raw URL, are meant for something specifically like a URL, and then sanitize user or option or meta are very WordPress specific in what they're going to do. So let's just briefly look at a few of these, and then we'll close up by looking at the full list of them and where you could go for more information. So what I have here with this sanitization theme in my index.php is just a heading saying these are my sanitization tags, showing what each tag is, and then implementing it in some way. So the first one, sanitize text field, what that's going to do is prevent somebody from outputting HTML to be saved in. So all of this will be stripped out. Now, if I look over at my header here, sanitize text field, notice that it is not displaying with any H1 data. And if I were to inspect that, notice that there's no additional markup down there either. So next up is sanitize title. And this is going to not only strip out the HTML tags like before, but it's going to format it how you would expect if you were referencing a title by slug or something like that. So if we take a look on the front end, notice that it's just post-title. And again, if we come down to the console, we'll see that there's no additional HTML there. Now, sanitize email is going to take an email that might have unallowed characters like spaces or greater than or less than signs, and it will strip all of those out. So if somebody's trying to, maybe in their email field, insert in some malicious code inside a script tag or something like that, it will get rid of it. So we could see here that that's displaying just as we would expect without any additional stuff there. Then we have the sanitize HTML class. This is a very specific thing, but if you're trying to name a class name, there are certain things like spaces that are not allowed in there, and it will go ahead and strip those out. So notice that this is just one word, new class, and all of those other characters in the spaces are stripped out since those are not allowed. Finally, we have escape URL raw, which is going to take a URL with undesirable characters such as greater than or less sign, the semicolon here, and notice that it's going to convert it to just a normal URL that we could enter into the browser and would hopefully work. Now, as I mentioned, this is not a full list of all of the sanitization tags. If we come over to the Theme Developer Handbook here on their sanitization page, we could see a whole bunch. Some of we just looked at and some of them we haven't. So I would encourage you at this point to play around with the examples we did on your own, but also drill into some of these that we haven't talked about and try to understand their use cases. And then I will close up with a reminder here, anytime you are inputting data, anytime you're getting data from the user, whether on the back end or the front end, don't trust it, always sanitize it, find the right sanitization tag or combination of tags for your data so that you're making sure that you're taking those security steps you need to and you're relying on the strengths of WordPress to help you with it.